Let's talk about obedience for a second, but not the way obedience is always talked about in Christian culture. Now, I'm not saying that kind of obedience isn't important, but a lot of times when we think about being obedient to God, we think about not sinning or following the rule book of God. Or even if we're super positive and we understand that God only wants us to die to our flesh and not sin because he created us and knows what fulfills us and wants to draw closer to us. And by not sinning, that's how he does that. But I'm talking about the obedience of the Holy Spirit within us that gives us discernment and that God is my gut feeling on what your will is for your life and if you're walking in his design for you or you're not anymore. So when we go Old Testament, we think of stories like when God told Moses to go tell the Pharaoh to free the Israelites. And Moses was like, he ain't gonna say yes, and I'm gonna be lucky if he doesn't kill me. But God said, I'm telling you to do this and I'm gonna be with you. And so Moses was obedient. God does the same thing today, but he's now within us. So it's more about drawing close to that Holy Spirit and being able to discern when we're walking in his design or we're not, or when he's ready for us to shed a past season and step into a new one. It could be a job that used to be his design for you, but he's ready for you to shed that job and step into a new season. A relationship, a habit or passion of yours that you've stuck with for a long time. As long as you're drawing closer to him, getting in the word and dying to those sins and that sense of obedience, he will speak within you and he will be that gut to you when it's time for a new season. And I think the biggest part of obedience when we think of it this way is having faith, because sometimes that discernment and gut feeling that he's giving you doesn't always come with the clearest future picture. He doesn't always say it's time to stop doing XYZ and now do exactly ABC. You just have to have faith that he's giving you discernment and clarity that that old thing ain't for you anymore. And he is going to be faithful and he is going to work all things for good. And in time, you understand what that new season is for you. I put in my notice at a career in learning and talent development that I have built for 10 years since I was fresh out of college. And I know with all my heart and soul that he gave me the clarity and discernment and strength and courage and peace that I needed to make that decision. But am I going to stand here and act like I know exactly what my future holds or exactly what he wants me to do now? No. But I have everlasting, never-ending, on-fire faith for him, that he is going to work all things for good, that he is faithful, and that he abundantly blesses those who trust him and are obedient to him. Give God a shot at your life.